This is a cult. They are blocking phone calls. This is a cult. They are blocking phone calls. Corrupt authority. This is a cult. They are blocking phone calls. They're tapped into my device. They're harassing my son energetically. They're harassing me energetically. They're sending sirens where there's no emergency on cue. Delta Manor. Tangible proof. They're blocking phone calls. This evening I called several numbers outside of the numbers that I normally call. And I did this in several different ways. And I have a log of it. They do not want me to have access to anything and anybody outside of this state. This is a cult. They're harassing my son. My son is sick and they are still being disruptive and still doing spell work. Delta Manor Apartment Complex, Beaumont, Texas. They're harassing him in real time, doing energy work on this property. And as I attempt to seek outside energy, outside of this place, outside connections, outside of the state of Texas, the phone calls are suddenly not able to work and go through. But when I call things in here, now they were disrupting certain things like legal until they were able possibly to put some spells on there or see what kind of connections that they have there to get their corrupt officials over there. This is a cult. They're blocking phone calls. They're blocking my device from being able to call, with the exception of my stepfather's job, and that could very well be because it's a landline versus a mobile device. And even there's disruption. So maybe the corruption is there, filtering it to the wrong office or just downright lying. But when I attempt to call any mobile device, which is several numbers that I have outside of anybody that's connected to anything in Texas whatsoever, my phone suddenly and repetitively, after hundreds of calls, I tested multiple things tonight because I'm gonna prove that they're trying to stop me from getting out of Texas. They're trying to stop any kind of assistance and access to get out of Texas, to have anything to do with something that has nothing to do with them, because I or my son don't want nothing to do with nothing here. They have proven to be animals. They're weird. And they're harassing my son for sport and for money and to get at me, which makes them even more weird as far as I'm concerned. He's sick today, and the degenerates in this state persist with their spell work. They're trying to cause him to have some kind of something, so I have to call the medical official. Fuck that, fuck them. They won't have him. They won't touch him. I'll do as I'm guided to do for his health, safety, and well-being. They are tapping into my device, blocking phone calls. It is not technological glitch. It is not the Wi-Fi. It's none of those things. At some point, there's a pattern. And it is injustice to him and me to deal with so-called big wigs and degenerate big wigs, I should say, and authority figures that need to have 10 years of investigation. Get your head in the game or get out the game, one way or the other. If you're corrupt, you're on my list. They just sacrifice them to some weird shit and getting off on it. We don't have time for people's fondness for his trashy family or nobody else. We don't have time for that. I, as I always have and will always do, continue to do what must be done. So now, since that is who I am, they are taking it steps further to block me from being able to connect to anything away from their controls here. I don't want shit to do with nothing here. Neither does my son. They can take their voucher and stick it up their ass. That voucher don't do shit for him if he's been fucking terrorized and assaulted and abused and violated and stolen from. Fuck them and their voucher. They let their people do what they're doing here. Fuck them and their voucher and their program. They're trying to paint me out to be some kind of a bad mother as they manufacture abuse onto him and to me in our lives and resources and even against one another. I see them like writing on the wall. They have no idea that I can see straight through all they whole asses. Ooh, let's get her upset so she can be seen like this angry, volatile. Classic. So people can look at her like disgusting, like she's just this angry. And at this point, I don't even care no more even about that. Because you know what? What is more important to me? That I'm seen as nice or that me and my son's safety, health, and well-being? That I'm seen as nice, calm, cool, and collected, or that me and my son's health and well-being? Which one is more important for me? It's gonna be the latter. I don't have time for focus groups, people in their need, their perfectionism and their callousness. Nobody got no time for that. Want to have 30 damn focus groups and shit. Meanwhile, they're torturing and feeding off him. Fuck them and a program. Like Nancy said in Nightmare on Elm Street, 1984, the original, first version, the originals are always the best. She told the Freddy Krueger bitch that was a shapeshifter like all these cunts are. Like there's some kind of leader. Hall monitor and shit, makeshift ass, wannabe ass. Venom cops. As she said to that bitch, I'm saying to these people, screw your past. You're fucking with my son. Screw your past. This is a cult. I'm gonna do 1,000 videos, bitch. Every day. Until I'm taken fucking seriously, and until people who are not sold out to the bullshit step up. This is a cult. They are harassing my son and me. They are connected to an ex and all of their people and the ex's people, and it goes on and on and on and on. They're doing spell work. We were getting sick in Silsby, and it happened here. Now I've connected all of the dots. This is a cult. As I have attempted, like I said here tonight, I'm about the solutions. For those that like to go there, because I deal with a lot of left brainy people who you talk to them and they want to act like you don't know how to get into the solution. It ain't that you don't know how to get into the solution. It's the fact that people keep blocking your goddamn solutions. If you got people that's trying to entrap you, then it's more than just sitting up thinking about solutions. They're up there doing shit now, as well as the rest of their collaborates on this property. Driving around Northwest Parkway, Old Dowling Road, parked in parking lot, waiting to see if I'll come outside so they can send one of their weirdos. This is a cult. My son's health and well-being is fading because of it. And I'm not okay with that. And I'm not okay with any motherfucker in this plane of existence that is okay with turning a blind eye to that. This is not middle child syndrome. I'm gonna shit over everything and every theory that these motherfuckers are putting out there. I'm gonna shit on all of it. This is not menopause. This is not middle child. This is not eccentric. This is not on the wrong path. This is none of that. Most of the people who's talking like that live like demons their whole life. Nay, they living like a demon now. They just so happen. I'm cussing out whoever the fuck I want to cuss at. If you on my shit, get your bitch ass off my shit. You retarded. Dumb motherfucker. Retarded fucks. That's why you're a stalker. Weak-minded cunt. I'll cuss as much as I want, you trashy whore. Stay off my shit. Weirdo stalker, you're one of them. Weak-minded fool. Bring your dumb ass over here some more. Yeah, see, that's the stuff I deal with. I don't sound goofy. I sound intelligent. It's why they own my shit. Retarded motherfucker. Why you on my shit, dumb bitch? Why you on my shit, dumb nigga? If I sound goofy, get your goofy ass up off my shit. Take your happy ass onto something more to your liking, you useless sack of shit. You depraved cunt. This is a cult. What you witnessed is one of the cult stalkers waiting for me to come online, not the other way around. Waiting for me to come onto my social media to have an opportunity to say something stupid. This is a cult. They didn't get the memo, apparently. If you don't like somebody, you take your trashy ass off their shit. They didn't get the memo, apparently. If you don't agree with what somebody is talking about, you take your whore ass on your some other shit. They, I guess, they only aged chronologically. This is a cult. I must sound pretty great. That must be my confirmation that I'm on point, that I'm speaking some hefty, heavyweight truths, because you're going to always have a narcissist come on to try to discredit it as they stalk and harass people as the cowardly hooverers that they are. This is a cult. They are doing occult ritual abuse, voodoo and hoodoo and beyond. They are blocking phone calls. It is not my device. I have one of the latest iPhone devices that's made. It is not the device. It's in excellent condition. It ain't been dropped and cracked. This is intrusion. Playing with technology. This is a cult. They're trying to stop me from having any kind of contact and access outside of their controls. And that's because they're thieves. And they're worried about being caught. They're trying to stop me from being able to get away from their little corrupt program and environment. Because the plan, that's not a part of their plan. And any of you who come on my shit, if you don't like me, take your happy ass off my shit. You don't like who I am and what I do, you can have your opinion. I could really care less. The fact that you're on my shit kind of speaks volumes. If you don't like who I am and what I'm saying, take your ass on. I don't care about you or your opinion. The only thing that you're doing is showing me what you are and what I already know. You're a coward that hide behind a screen, fake ass profiles because you're weak. It's real easy to be big and bad, hiding in an apartment, doing spell work, and then coming outside acting like a saint. It's real easy to be in a gang, to gang up on one versus stand eye to eye and toe to toe with one. It's real easy. Ain't no badass shit. Now, cancel all of that, delete. Back to the point of this video. This is a cult. They are stopping and blocking phone calls, and I have a log to prove it. I have a physical log to prove that they're trying to stop me from connecting with anyone outside of this state. This is a cult. My relatives are involved, as well as the corruption that they partnered with here. On this property, nonstop, in this city, they're saying that I sound goofy because I'm telling the truth. That is a classic abuser's move to try to discredit what someone is saying. I got proof, baby. Goofy my ass. I got proof. Yes, I got proof of them stalking. Yes, I have proof of them and their people and their friends and connects that they don't think I know about. I got proof. This is a cult. Texas, Southeast Texas. This is a cult. They're trying to control my movement and my options and my resources. They're trying to entrap me by controlling those things and then trying to scapegoat and single me out. This is a cult. I have proof of being stalked and harassed and followed by many of these cult members repetitively. This is a cult. I have phone logs for several days. Tonight I did even a little bit extra attempts to connect with stuff outside of this state. This is a cult. I'm going to say it 1,000 times a day. I'm going to tell about the disruptive behavior 1,000 times a day. And however I'm guided as we leave. Because one way or the other, we're going to do it. But my whole point is as I attempt to connect, I call like 10 different numbers. So answer the question, world. People who want to say I sound goofy, answer the question, world. What's the likelihood of the same thing happening to 10 different phone numbers? I'm going to say it again. What is the likelihood? What is the plausibility of the exact same thing happening to 10 different phone numbers, 10 maybe 4 different area codes. I'm even go there because that's a factor as well. At what point do we start looking at you do all of their techie things? I'm a techie person. I worked in technology for about 6 months or so. I'm kind of tech savvy. So I know all about the whole protocols of what you do to try to get a reset, refresh on a device. And like I said, I have one of the newest iPhones made. So we need to try again. I have one of the newest, the latest iPhones on the market. And it has not been dropped, cracked, no defects, excellent condition. It's a Pro Max on top of that, one of the latest iPhones they got. So what's the chances? If this was a weak ass government phone, I would be saying, okay, sure, it's a possibility that it ain't gonna hold jive. But that it ain't. If it was a bootleg ass fucking weak ass Android, old versions, the newer Androids are tough. I like the newer Androids is up there with the iPhones. But if this was a weak ass, old ass, bootleg, free shit version, yeah, that's gonna be spotty. But what's the likelihood? See, they're trying to listen. They're trying to make my son sick. They're trying to make us both sick. They're trying to figure out a way to do it. But they're trying to make him sick by, just harassing and terrorizing his energy. Then they're hoping that that would have to force me to take him to one of their trashy ass doctors. I know what they're doing. I also know that they're trying to make it seem like I'm not fit. So that's why I have to do these things. I'm going to have to. I see that I'm going to have to keep data and proof, and I'm going to have to continue to intellectually talk about it so the degenerates could come on and say shit that's going to reveal who they are, which is going to point to some old shit. That's why I said, who's goofy? They ain't that damn bright. Because if it were me, I wouldn't be commenting on shit if I didn't want to be found out. Just saying. That's what I said. They can't even be. They can't even do their crookedness proper shit. Their ego too damn inflated. They can't even do that good and proper. They can fuck around, get everybody caught in trouble. That's what the fuck these people do. Because they gotta flex and gotta say some insults that don't nobody care about. See, that's their little frail ego. That's what's gonna make them sad and shit. Oh man, they said I sound cool. They said I sound goofy. Yeah, because they're 12. That's why they care about that. When you grown, you don't. You don't care. Because when you know you speaking, you hitting that, you don't give a fuck. Chances are the people that's saying that is because they the corporates and the shit. It's why they got their whole ass on there. in the first fucking place. I don't know about y'all. You know, anybody that I think sound goofy, I really wouldn't be on this shit. I kind of be somewhere else. I wouldn't be sitting there waiting for them to go on their social media so I can get on it. I know that. I know I'll be too busy on some other shit that I like. I'm gonna end this shit right here. I'm gonna end this shit, boy. I tell you what, and I'll come back and give y'all the legit motherfuckers anyway that stumble across this video, because I'm talking to y'all out there and, you know, validating y'all and the folks that's trying to get to the bottom of things, not the people that are involved. The people that are involved, we have a resounding middle finger up to all of their asses. That includes all sellout family motherfuckers. I'm going to continue. I'm going to help my son some more. But, you know, the point that I'm making is people got a whole lot of opinions. You don't know what the fuck is going on here. People putting on airs and good shows because, you know, they was part of a community for 1,000 years and blase, blase. That don't mean people ain't on that crookedness. Because why they watching me? Why they worrying about me if they own about their own lives? Somebody's got to answer that question, and ain't nobody willing to answer it. No one, because it forces truth then. If I'm goofy and ain't nothing to be concerned about and everybody on their own life, why the fuck are they monitoring me? Why do they care? If I sound stupid, if I ain't about nothing, I'm goofy, if I'm all these things, if I'm all of what they try to fake flex like, if I am all of those things, why are they worried about me then? Why are they worried about me, what I'm doing, what I'm saying, and where I'm going? Why are they trying to dictate any of that? If I'm all those things, why do they want us here? See, that's the greater question. Because if somebody trash and goofy, it seems like you would want them far away from your town. It'll seem like you would want them as far out of your town and your state as possible. So there's kind of an oxymoron here. Yeah.